Today we're going to be looking at computer maintenance. So the first thing that we're going to look at will be to clean up our computer. So we're going to click on Start and then go to All Programs. And then we're going to scroll to the section where it says Accessories. So we click on Accessories and we're looking for System Tools folder. Click on that. Once you get there, if you'll notice that we have several different things that we can use. One, we can look at disk cleanup. Two, we can look at disk defragmenter. The first thing we're going to look at is disk defragmenter. So let's click on that. You're probably going, what is disk defragmenter? Well, sometimes you use your computer and over time the hard drive gets kind of scattered. Okay, it's kind of like you working on like let's say your house. You come home, you throw things down on the couch, you leave them there, you leave your dishes, okay, and things get a little bit scattered. Over time, you have to clean your house, unless you're cleaning as you go. So your hard drive kind of gets that way. It kind of gets scattered. You save files and then you say a month later you decide you don't need the file, so you delete it or you clean up emails, different things like that, and then it leaves spaces open to where your hard drive, it makes it harder for your hard drive to work. So what we need to do is we need to kind of come in and clean house. So that's what the defragmenter does, is it comes in and it places everything kind of back where it needs to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a defragment disk. If you want to analyze your disk before, just to make sure without defragmenting you can. Now even though mine says 0% fragmented, fragment means it's in particles or pieces. Okay, I still like to do a defrag. Probably for me, probably once a month, maybe twice a month. Depends on how much you use your computer. If you're using it a lot, do it at least a couple times a month, okay, if not more. It takes a while, the larger your hard drive is, to clean it up. So now if you notice what I'm doing right now, it says it's running, it's analyzing it, and it's going out there and checking and seeing, okay, how many open spaces do I have out here and how hard is it for my computer to have to go from one part to another part to another part. So that's what we're looking at right now. Once that's analyzed, it'll tell you how much your hard drive is fragmented, and you can do this for any drive. And this is going to take a little while for us to do this. So once this is done, we'll come back and take a look at it. Next thing that we're going to look at is disk cleanup. So we're going to click on Start, All Programs, and go up to Accessories, and then back to System Tools, and then we're going to disk cleanup. And what this enables us to do is to go out and clean specific files that are no longer needed. Now right here it's scanning to see how much space that we would be able to free up if we get things cleaned up properly. This can take a little while to do, especially if you haven't done a cleanup in a while or at all. Once it's analyzed, okay, it will bring this dialog box up. Okay, I'm going to click on the title bar and move it over here to the center so we can see it a little bit better. All right, downloaded program files, I don't have any available to clean up. Temporary internet files are the ones that when we go to an internet page, we look at a page, and what it does is brings that page up. Well, the next time that we come in and we look at that page, we'll want it to update. Okay, we don't want it to have to reload the whole page, we just need it to reload the new stuff. So what it does is it creates temporary internet files to help us to be able to do that. And then some pages we don't need anymore. Okay, so what we want to do is go out there and clean all of those up that we don't need anymore. Now we also have offline web pages, anything in our recycle bin, setup blog files, temporary files, all of these different options. If you notice, if you've ever gotten a Windows error, any reports that they're trying to send to Windows, okay, those need cleaned up from time to time. Okay, so if you want to delete those out and you're okay with deleting those out, then make sure all of these are checked. If you have doubts, okay, you're like, well, I don't know about that, then all you have to do is, like, for example, if you want to keep your setup log files, then you just unclick it or uncheck it. All right. If you ever want to see the files, like for example the temporary internet files, you can highlight it by clicking on it and then view files. Okay, and it'll show you what files it's looking at. Okay, when you're finished with it, just click on the X in the upper right hand corner and we're back to disk cleanup. Alright, and you notice that if you want more information, you can click on how does disk cleanup work. Now we're going to click on OK. And it says, are you sure you want to permanently delete these files? We said yes, we're going to delete the files. Okay, so it'll go about and it'll clean up those files and it'll help your computer to run better. Once the disk defragmenter has completed the analyzation, okay, it will begin running. Alright, so it'll show you that it's running and it'll show you what path that you're in and what part of the disk that it's in. Okay, when it's completed, it will let you know that it's completed, and your computer should run a lot smoother, and your hard drive shouldn't have to work as hard. So I'm going to minimize this, and there's one other area that I like to do cleanup on just to make sure. I know we did our disk cleanup on temporary internet files, but I also like going to the browser. Like for example, if we want to go to Google Chrome, we can go up to the menu, alright, where we can customize and control Google Chrome. And what we want to do is go to More Tools and Clear Browsing Data. You can also do this in Internet Explorer as well as Mozilla Firefox. And it's going to ask you, what exactly do you want to clear, okay, and how far back do you want to clear it? From the beginning of time, alright, the past hour, the past week. We're just going to clear it from the beginning of when we started, okay. Our browsing history, okay, we have 1,254 items, and on sync devices, we also have some download history. Now, if you do not want to delete your download history, remember you can just uncheck it, okay. Cookies, cookies are items that have been downloaded to your computer to help your computer communicate well with a specific site. It helps to retain information like logins and just basic information about your interest within that site, and it can be very helpful. Now, if you have particular cookies you want to keep, I would recommend not deleting the cookies, and you can go in and edit the cookies later. But if you're like, I don't care, I don't mind retyping that information, or then it'd be okay to delete them. Cached images and files. So if you have any images and files that are holding in memory, you might want to check that. Alright, any passwords, etc. you need to clear. Okay, I'm not going to turn any of that on. Okay, so I'm going to clear my browsing data. Notice it's showing me that it's working, and depending upon how often that you clean depends on how long it's going to take. Now, I've cleaned recently, so it didn't take mine very long to do. So, and if you notice, it comes back here to clearing browsing data, and everything's good. So it should run a little bit more fast. If you have questions regarding anything that we've talked about, be sure to email me or to call me, and you have my number, 479-903-5231, or email is bjsmelton at, I'm sorry, not bjs, it's jmelton1 at nwacc.edu. Okay, thanks. Hope you have a great day.